Okay, welcome back to another episode of Nate Legakis Gourmet Cooking. Today we have from Sunbasket Tokyo Udon noodle bowls with roasted butternut squash. So, the first thing I'm going to do is cook the squash. And it's got a rice vinegar dressing that I gotta coat it with first in a bowl and then put it on this sheet pan right here, and it's gonna go in the oven for about 20 minutes. I try not to give all the details of the recipe out of respect for Sunbasket, so please understand if I'm leaving a few things out. I want you to support Sunbasket to get the full recipes and hopefully sign up for this great home meal delivery company. So the butternut squash came nicely chopped up. I don't know if you've ever peeled a butternut squash before, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, so that's pretty nice. You know, this is all fresh chopped. And there's the rice vinegar blend. Let's see what it smells like. Well, it smells like rice vinegar, but it's got a dark tint. I don't know if that means there's a little bit of soy sauce in there or something else. I don't know. Usually I've seen rice vinegar more clear than that. I've got a pot of boiling water going because we're going to be cooking udon noodles pretty soon. But anyway, let me toss and cook that. Get it on the baking pan. I love these. I love this. Probably cost me about $1 at Walmart. It has so many uses. Like here, for example, instead of getting my hands all covered in vinegar and having to wash them before the acid eats away at my beautifully manicured hands and nails, I can use this. And we're going to want to leave some of that rice vinegar blend in there for another step of the so this works well to drain the reserved rice vinegar blend. We'll get to that in a minute, what we're going to do with it. But for now, we need to add a little bit of oil. And again, I'm not going to tell you exactly how much because I want to not give away their recipes. They work very hard to come up with these. But I do really want you to support them. This is really convenient, especially if you know someone who has a hard time getting to the grocery store, or someone who's got a really busy lifestyle with kids, or I don't know, a doctor. Doctors have a pretty busy lifestyle, I'm sure. Anyway, pepper. Some salt and pepper in there. It's going to go on this baking sheet. You know, if you put it at 350, you're probably going to want to cook that 30 minutes. If you put it at 425, you probably want to cook it 20 minutes. I like to cook at 350 for most except for when it really matters. Usually pizza I cook pretty hot, 450 even. certain things it makes more of a difference. Okay, so that's gonna go in the oven, and we're gonna keep this for just a minute. I'll show you what we're gonna do with that. For now, grate or peel this piece of ginger. Got a little paring knife for that. And we're gonna grate it. So you want really fine pieces of ginger. This is gonna go in that rice vinegar, so it's almost gonna want to dissolve in there to flavor a dressing. Probably going to go with this cucumber. Radishes. When I think of a salad, when I haven't prepared a lot of salads for Asian dishes, but a lot of times they have cucumber and some sort of acid like vinegar. The vegetables are usually basic or have a alkaline, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. And so usually a rice wine vinegar goes really well to balance the acidity and to give it a lot of flavor. Probably helps with digestion as well, who knows. Sure, a nutritionist could chime in the comments. Okay, so I got the ginger peeled. I do the cucumber and the radish, and then so they're telling us to kind of cut this in long strips, cut it in half, and then you can do it however you want. But that looks really well. Really, they say on a diagonal. I don't even know exactly what they mean. I even looked at the picture. Still didn't quite understand, but I think I've got it pretty close. Right, you can cut these however you want. Probably don't want it too small, because then it's going to be hard to use your chopsticks or fork to eat that. You don't want it too big because it's going to be hard to eat that as well. So I'm just going to leave this here, do the radish. In a minute we're going to Gotta get this water going nice and hot to cook the udon noodles. I think this time I'm gonna make a shorter video where I don't show every detail. Maybe even combine everything into one video and leave out the plating. You know how to plate a dish, right? If you're making this same meal at Sunbasket, I'd love to see pictures of how yours came out and hear an honest review, or maybe even a suggestion on what they could have done differently. I try my best to think about that every time I prepare one of these home delivery meals. And feedback and constructive criticism is always a good thing. Oh yeah, sesame seeds. gonna get those going. You know what? Yeah, this is probably fine. A small pan would work better than a bowl, but haven't done the dishes, so. Uh-oh. I'll be in trouble tomorrow if I don't get it done. Tonight. This is late night cooking with Nate Legakis, by the way. Okay. So. That ginger needs to get grated. And instead of that, I'm going to chop it up real fine because the grater I don't want to clean right now. As long as you get it chopped up so your guests aren't eating big. Most people don't like to eat chunks of vinegar or ginger. If it's cooked though, it like in a stir fry, I think it tastes just fine. But this is going to go in a salad, so it's not going to get cooked except for there'll be a little bit of cooking from the vinegar. Vinegar can be used to cook fish, or I think that's called ceviche, and also can have an effect on vegetables. I don't know if you would call it cooking, but not unlike the process that vegetables go through when they're heated. Vinegar. Alright, that should do it. That's pretty fine. Okay, I'm going to cook the udon. That's only going to take about 3 minutes. I'm going to rinse that under cool water. Drain and rinse under cool water to stop the cooking process. You want this to be al dente or close to that. You don't want it to be overcooked and mushy. And of course, you don't want it to be undercooked and chewy. It tastes like raw dough or something like, I don't know what the flavor is. It's thankful I've never undercooked it, but it's not. They're mostly actually reheating that. I think it's probably already been cooked. So, I'm going to keep an eye on these sesame seeds. We want them to go from almost white to almost brown. Just a light toast. And actually they look almost like they've been toasted a little bit already. It's hard to tell. Only about 3 or 4 minutes. Since this pan isn't very hot, it might take 5 while that pan warms up. So, I'm going to chop this cilantro. I'm going to bring this bowl back for just a second because I think I skipped over a few things. The ginger, radish, and sesame oil is going to go in here. I guess we're waiting to put the cucumber in later. Oh, wow. Love the smell of toasted sesame oil. That one is especially aromatic. So, poke at those noodles a little bit as they cook. You can get these at Safeway for $2 a bag. Sometimes they're on discount for $1.50. Even as low as $1 sometimes, I think, if you find the right just for you coupon deal, or go on their website and click the right button there. So, as soon as that's done cooking, we're going to add it to this mixture of radish. Right now we got radish, ginger, and sesame oil, and the rest of the vinegar. We're going to add edamame and cilantro. Let me chop that cilantro. Coarsely. I've already given that a rinse, just so you know. It's a good idea to rinse your veggies every time. They seem to come pretty clean from Sunbasket. So the cooking process of the sesame seeds and the udon noodles needs to stop quickly. I'm going to throw those in there as soon as they're done toasting, and I'm going to get these on cold water. So filling up a bowl with a colander nearby. You know what? I'm going to use this one again. Okay. Looks like that is done. So that'll stop the cooking process. Put in some cold water there. And then I'm going to add it back to this pan. Whoa. Just to drain them again. Okay. Take that off the heat. So we're checking the squash. It's getting close. My timer over here tells me there's about probably 15 minutes left on the squash. The video will probably end before that. You don't need to see that part. But what I'd like you to see is look at those sesame seeds. Well, it just barely turned color. You might be able to see that, but you get the idea. So those are done toasting. Ooh. Sounds pretty happy in there. Put that in there. And the cucumber noodles, edamame, and cilantro. So, cilantro. Into the pool, as Guy Fieri would say. Everybody in the pool. I think I've watched too many cooking shows. This is almost 30-minute meals with Rachel Ray. It's 35-minute meals with Nate Legakis. I don't want to claim that I'm better than Rachel Ray, right? Even though sometimes I wonder if that's true. You know what I think would be a really awesome addition to this is some fresh slices of avocado. Anytime you have cucumber or an Asian dish like this or a salad, you know, maybe they're not real plentiful, so maybe Sunbasket decided not to send them with this dish, but anyway, it's always good to buy something that's in season. And although the avocado season here in California, I don't know when that is. We get a lot of avocados from all over the world. Avocados stay on the branch for a long time, so I think they can probably pick them all year long. I could be wrong about that, but most of them are in the end of the summer, I'm sure. Anyway, got sidetracked there. So the pumpkin seeds and the sesame seeds were supposed to go on at the very end. So I wasn't supposed to add those sesame seeds just yet, but I don't think it's going to hurt this salad too much. I'm actually going to save some pumpkin seeds for the princess so that she can have a freshly garnished dish tomorrow. Excuse me, today. Later today. Just want to give you a little peek at what this, I'm not completely plating it, but just give you a peek at what it should look like. And of course you can sign up at Sunbasket, and I think you can see the previous recipes. I could be wrong. I don't think they try to sell you the recipe as much as they sell you the convenience of home delivery and all the ingredients sent to you in one nice neat bag, so you don't have to run out to the store every time you want to create a masterpiece like this. Okay, that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Ask me how you can use my link to sign up for these meals if you want to support me. And thank you again.